Hello, today you join me from my bookshelf where I'm sitting on the floor and you are behind a computer, maybe. I hope you're not watching this in like the bath or some sort of like seedy location like a jacuzzi. Or I hope you're not watching it on like TV. Like I hope this video doesn't turn out on TV. Although, so maybe. Book haul. Let's just do a book haul. So let's get straight into it. A lot of these books were 10p because they've gone from like a church fair jumble sale thing. So let's just get into it. My mum got me this. This is Agatha Christie. This is Agatha Christie, The Mirror Cracked from the Other Side. Oh, chilling, chilling. So yeah, I already read one of her. This is Marple collection because she did like Proro as well. This is the Marple collection. Hopefully I'm going to enjoy it. It was like a library book, an ex-library book. Hopefully the church haven't stolen it from the library. That's all I'm saying. The next one I got is by Kingsley Arms and it's called The Old Devils. And if you are English, like me, you will know a show called Rosemary and Thyme, where they're two like detective women who sort of aren't, they're not detectives, they're gardeners, and everywhere they go to garden someone turns up dead. I mean, it's probably them, if we're being honest. If death follows them, they're murderers, but it doesn't pick up on that. So these gardeners always solve the crime and it's all lovely, and then they have like tea and cake at the end. Like my dad used to read me stories as a kid that he'd like make up, and then at the end it'd always be like, oh, and they sorted that out and they had tea and cake. This is what I imagine this book to be like. It was the winner of the 1986 Booker Prize, and it's basically about a couple, two couples who go to Wales to get drunk. But not in like a, you know, kids my age drunk, not like, hey, Magaloof, shots, 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 shots. In a sort of like country pub, a roast, a meal, that sort of thing, that sort of thing. So yeah, it's going to be lovely. Then they meet two Welsh people and they all like tour and drink in these lovely pubs, snugly read on a rainy day. Next up, 10p this was, Mockingjay by the Hunger Games. Oh, what's happened here? My doorbell rang, that's why I had to go downstairs and like stop filming, and then I got changed because I just had dinner with my mum and spilled it down myself, and now I've got my camera light, so it's a lot better. Maybe you should have thought about lighting, Hannah, before you turned on your camera. Okay. God, everyone's a critic. But let's just carry on. Let's pretend nothing's happened. Come on, let's breeze on through. I think I was talking about this, which is Mockingjay, the last in the Hunger Games series by Suzanne Collins. 10p it was at this church that we're doing jumble sale. The perils are that this is in like the original edition, but this is so much prettier. They now do it in foil edition, and I'm gonna get all three in foil, so that's good. So I'll just give this back to a charity shop after I've read it. But I still haven't got a Catching Fire yet. I still haven't even read this yet. Jesus, priorities. So the next lot are sort of like a vintagey books. This is a book called What Katie Did Next. It's not talking about Katie Price. If you don't live in England, you will never get that. It's basically, it was written in, let me tell you, I think it was 1965, 1600s, imagine, 1965, and then there's this one, What Katie Did at School, and this was like for teens, just sort of cool little books like that. They're really wicked. The thing about this that I find really odd is this was published in 1965, and the pages are like stark white. This was published in 1966. What? This is like yellowed and vintage and this hasn't. I don't know how that's happened, but they're sort of like little quaint tales, I'm guessing. So I'm going to read that. And then I got the Three Musketeers. This is now on like TV, it's like a BBC programme. The Three Musketeers. They're very good looking. Again, if you haven't watched that on BBC Three, you wouldn't get that reference. Sorry. So, yeah, this is really cool, and it has on the back What Katie Did Next, because it's like Dean's Classics, the publishers. Again, same author, same character, different publishers. What? Maybe she had like an affair with the publishers or something. I should make up some sort of lie. But when you take back the dust cover, it's got the Dean and Sons Limited little logo, which is the man in top hat holding a little boy in a top hat's hand, which is quaint. But the Three Musketeers, I don't actually know what it's about. Three men with swords and... Next Next up is No Mean City. I found this again at a jumble start. It was like 10p, and basically it's before the Second World War. I think in Glasgow they had like slums, like everywhere has slums really, you know, where homeless people hang out and stuff like that, but they had loads of slums, and it's about the characters that you would meet in the slums. So it's going to be really interesting. It's going to be about like different classes, politics, how these people are helped, how they're not, different people that you meet in a slum, and how you'd get into like different circumstances. I think it's going to be heart-wrenching. This is the best-selling novel of the Glasgow slums. Interested to read. The next book is by Michael Morpongo, like Pongo from 101 Dalmatians, but Morpongo, Warhorse. I thought this was like a really hard book to read, and then I saw it in the children's section of a bookshop. So clearly not. What are you talking about, Michael? And last but not least, I didn't pay for this book because I got it in a competition, because that's what happens now. And hAuL Books, we're running a competition. You should follow them on Twitter because they always do it, and like say, tweet us your book that you would like to win, like a book that you want to read from us. And I said I wanted to read this one, which is called Paper Aeroplanes, and it's by Dawn O. Porter. And then I got this nice note from Hot Frogs. From hAuL Books. There are no frogs on fire here. hAuL Books said, "Hey Hannah, enjoy your copy of Paper Aeroplanes by San." And then I think who wrote this, San, who works for hAuL Books, is Books and Quills. Okay, if my like Columbo, Miss Marple detective skills are working, then that's Books and Quills. Keeping it, just in case she becomes famous. On the back of this book is a quote from Caroline Flack. It says, "Anyone who's ever been a teenage girl will love this book." So I've been a teenage girl, so I'm bound to love it. That's quite high expectations to put on a book. And that's it. Subscribe, and I've got loads more book hauls because the shelf still empty, my friends, still empty. I'm going to do Monday reads, where I'm like bucking the trends, because it's Friday reads, isn't it? It's like all the cool kids do Friday reads. Monday reads. New kid on the block doesn't know what she's doing. We're basically going to talk about all the books that I want to read throughout that week, or like get into on a Monday. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Hopefully it'll be like not such hideous lighting. What you talking about, elephant?